So what daily active addresses or DAA shows is the number of unique network addresses that are involved in transactions on a specific project's network on a certain date. So in reality, what that means is that daily active addresses shows you the daily level of interaction or speculation with a token that you selected. So this here is the DAA graph for Golem. Golem is an ERC20 project that essentially lets you rent other people's computing power. And right here, we can see something that I think most of us assumes, and that is that as the price goes up, typically the interest in a project grows and new network participants join the party. But then as the price begins to dip, so does the number of those network participants or daily active addresses. So one potential use case for this metric is identifying the tops. And here's a very simple example of that. As you can see, we're looking at a DAA graph for Zilliqa. Zilliqa is also an ERC20 project. It's trying to make blockchains faster and more scalable. And as you can see here, there's been a giant spike in daily active addresses at the beginning of May. And it pretty clearly coincides with the price rally of the token as well. The problem here is that the Zilliqa DAA spike really only lasts for a few days, and then after that both the number of network participants and the price begin to drop. So this essentially shows us two things. Number one is that a huge spike in DAA can often indicate that an interest in a project, both speculative and otherwise, has officially peaked. And then number two is that if that increased network activity proves itself to be unsustainable over the upcoming days or weeks, as it has right here, that can usually signal an impending downward trend in price as well. So basically, not only can DAA be used to identify the tops, but also, on the other hand, if the DAA spikes and then begins tumbling down, that can mean that the crowd interest simply can't keep up with the price anymore, and so we're likely to see the price descend as well, which is, unfortunately for Zilliqa, exactly what happened in this case.